Welcome,
First to
welcome,
finish.
ladies and gentlemen, to JHouze Radio, episode 31. I'm trying to go at this Barry White voice like Los did last time, but it's not working out that well. But either
It takes
way,
practice. It takes practice.
yeah, it takes practice, man. You know, I don't have that amazing podcast voice like you do, man. Yeah, I got to work on it. Um,
Yeah, I love doing it.
do you have any PWLs for this week, Los?
Nothing. I have
Nothing.
not played anything. I've played absolutely nothing. I bought God of War, the one where he's with his son, but I haven't played it.
You will
Uh,
enjoy that one. Take it from
I
me.
love God of War. Oh my god! And it was funny because remember when I used to play Wolverine?
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, if you like this, you love God of War." They were not wrong. I still haven't finished two Assassin's Creed games.
Okay.
I still haven't logged on to my Animal Crossing. Literally the only games I've been playing has been on Wednesday nights.
Oh, yeah, Fight Night.
Fight night. That's it.
That's what we're here for, man. You know, we're here to help you catch up on some of your gaming time that you
Dude,
might
I
miss.
need to. I need to. I'm not really watching. Oh no, I can't really say that. I've been watching Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, okay. How has that been going?
Um, not as good as I wanted it to be.
Oh, really? Dun, dun, dun. Los is not
It
liking the
might,
Star Trek.
no, it might be because every time I watch it, I'm kind of watching it in between doing 10 or 15 different things.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can't sit and watch it completely. I'm watching like 10 minutes, doing something, coming back, watching 20,
Yeah.
answering a phone call, this, that, and the other thing, dealing with something in the house, dealing with the animals, come back to watch a couple more minutes. And maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Um, but the only thing I'm really watching is Star Trek Discovery. I haven't
Okay.
had time to really watch anything else.
Yeah. I hate when I have a show that I want to get into. And a lot of times I don't watch stuff because I'm doing stuff like around the house or just doing little things here and there. And I hate when I can't watch a show because of that. Because
Yeah.
I need to sit down and like pay attention to it, especially if it's an episode that I haven't seen before. So that usually keeps me away from watching stuff a lot of times too. So,
Yeah.
well, me, yeah, I haven't been playing too much lately. Honestly, like my gaming time, besides Wednesday and sometimes when I stream, honestly, has been kind of cut short. I just don't have the time. I got so much stuff going on right now. I feel like I keep up with gaming news more than I actually play games. Honestly, at this point, I have been playing League of Legends. Have you heard of League of Legends?
Heard
League of
of it.
Legends?
I've never played it.
Yeah, it's like a multiplayer online MOBA basically. It's pretty
MOBA?
yeah, it's like when you pretty much have two teams basically and both teams are on different sides of the maps and the objective of the team is to fight through all these different obstacles on the map to get to the enemy team's tower and like break their tower down. Like that's pretty much what like the MOBA
Didn't Halo have something like that with a flag capture?
I mean, Halo has like flag capture on it, but they didn't have like a MOBA game that was like that basically.
Oh, it's
So
a mobile game.
no, MOBA, MOBA, MOBA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I thought if you could play that shit on your phone, I'd be like, yo, that's awesome.
well, they actually do have a like a League of Legends MOBA style game on your phone that you can play. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Team Fight Tactics or something like that, basically. And then they also have another version of League of Legends coming to mobile pretty soon as well. So I'll probably try it out then. But it's pretty
Is
fun.
that
It's
it
something
on the
different.
screen?
Yeah, this is like one of the like cinematic scenes though. I was gonna try to find gameplay footage, but I couldn't find any good decent gameplay footage. But
That's
yeah,
all right.
I've been kind of playing that, trying something different basically. Like I said, I've been taking a major break from like first person shooters and things like that. So just trying something different. Um so yeah, League of Legends, trying to get back into it. I'm horrible. I suck at the game. I don't know a lot of the characters, so I've been trying it out. What I've been watching, I don't know if I told you, but I finally finished Evil. I think I told you that. Did I tell you that already?
Yeah. I've been kind of waiting to discuss it.
Oh man, I finally finished it. And just like you said before, that final scene in Evil, oh my goodness. Wow.
I, Bro, but it leaves you with this like, oh my God, what's the next episode? And you're like,
I
next
know.
season.
And I purposely didn't look at how many episodes it was just so I wouldn't expect the season finale. I was just like, let me just watch it the whole way through.
But the thing is, as you binge it, you don't realize how fast you feel like it comes.
I
Like
know.
to me, the final episode felt like it came out of nowhere. I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
did.
"Wait, that's the season finale? Wait, no, there's got to be more. How many did I watch?" And then when you
Yeah,
see the number that you watch, you're like, "Holy shit! I was like drunk on this shit."
I know, man. I once once season 2 drops, I want to do a spoiler cast. Once we finish season 1 and season 2, I want to do a spoiler cast and just talk about the show. It's such a freaking good show, man. Like, I don't want to
How
give
did you?
spoilers. What's up, Dark Legion in chat? He said, in other words, it left you on a cliffhanger. Yeah,
Oh,
major. I think cliffhanger is an understatement.
like Grand Canyon
Yeah,
cliffhanger,
like like the ground opened up from under your ass and you just fell in, type shit. Like,
like doing a halo jump, and you're standing on the edge of that balloon or plane, going, "Oh man."
seriously, because it's like it's. I really don't want to spoil anything, but it's just that everything that led up to that point, and then to see that final scene, you're like, wait a second, like, what does that mean for everything that happened before that? Like, that changes everything.
And
Just
not only that, when did it start?
exactly. I want to know, like, so when did this happen? Was it always like this? Did this recently happen? Like,
Yeah,
but one of my favorite episodes is I think I said this on the last podcast is the schoolgirl episode with the singing.
that was my least favorite.
Really, I thought that was well. It was my favorite because of like what was happening with those girls. Like that was kind of creepy. That was kind of
It
creepy at
was,
first.
but it was my least favorite because I understood the science behind it.
Oh, see, I didn't see. I never knew anything about the science behind it, so that's probably why it kind of wowed me a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Honestly.
kind of like, how hackers watch hacking movies. Like
Oh
they
yeah.
always make fun of NCSI, where they had two people typing on a keyboard to beat a hacker. Like that's not how it happens. Or like when you watch gaming on a CSI thing, you're like, that's not how gaming.
Yeah. Or
You know.
actually, speaking of that side note, since you mentioned that, I was watching a show or a movie, I forgot what it was, but they were playing a game. Let's say for the sake it was only on Xbox. They were playing a game that was for Xbox, but the person was holding a PlayStation controller. It was like,
Yeah, yeah,
what are you doing? If you're gonna do that, at least come on, do your homework a little bit. I think it was like Halo, and it had a PlayStation controller. I was like, come on.
yeah.
So
Because uh, in TV you do a lot more things for efficiency than you do for reality,
yeah,
because they aim it for their audience,
hmm
so a lot of their audience aren't going to be gamers,
yeah,
because
true.
how many of us still have parents and grandparents that still call whatever game system you're on, they still call it a Nintendo.
Yeah, what you playing on that Nintendo, baby? Grandma, that
Uh-huh.
is a PlayStation. Get it right.
Exactly. And to them it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Like my father used to call it Ataris.
Really?
Yeah.
Freaking it. Yo, can you believe that they have an Atari hotel coming out soon?
I heard about it. But
So
my
freaking weird.
curiosity is, one, why, and two, is that a hint that Atari's going to come back?
Well, they do have an Atari console that's supposed to be coming out, I think, this year, which I need to look into. I'm so confused by what this console is. It's like you can play old Atari games on it, but you can also play new games on it. But I don't know if it's new Atari games, and then you could do PC stuff. It's such a confusing console, and I think it's like $300 something. I'm like, what the hell is this
There
for?
is, oh shit, I wish I remembered it, but there was this handheld game system
Mm-hmm.
that essentially is an emulating system.
Okay.
So it'll emulate MAME, it'll emulate Super NES, it'll emulate like the original Nintendo, it'll emulate a whole bunch of other these systems,
Yeah.
and it's run on an Android platform on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like $300. It's all handheld. It's got long battery life, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's glitchy for certain platforms.
Okay.
Because I was thinking of getting one for my girl, but
Spoiler for Mrs. and Chad. He was thinking about
no,
getting
no, no.
one.
She was next to me when we were talking about it,
Oh
so it's not a
yeah.
spoiler.
Oh okay. Okay.
And then we were both kind of like, well, it's a little glitchy. Maybe we'll wait till the next generation.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Um, but yeah, Evil. Make sure you guys watch it. Actually, one more thing I forgot. The other thing I liked about the episode or that show is the one episode where the lady who was the psychologist, or whatever, where she had that scene where she was getting back at the evil guy with the glasses. I love that scene where she was just
Oh,
breaking him
their
down.
conversation.
She was
That was
that was
awesome.
such a amazing scene. I'm like, yo, she is breaking this dude down right now. I got chills during that scene. It was so good, man. It's such a good show.
Yes,
That is your
and
homework,
her
huh?
mom is a cunt.
Yes. Oh my god, I freaking do not. I know people like her mom. I know people like her mom, and yeah, it's
We
pretty
all do.
normal.
We all do.
But yeah, chat. That is your homework, listeners, people who are in chat right now. That is your homework. Watch Evil. What I've
Evil's
been,
the first show that both of us recommend.
yeah, seriously,
Think
because
about that.
I
It's
think
the
it is.
first show
Yeah,
that we both recommend. So it's that good.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All
Yep.
right, so the last part of my PWL, what I've been listening to, nothing special. I've been listening to a lot of jazz music, like when I'm cooking, cleaning. I don't know why I'm getting into this whole jazz mood right now,
You should.
and
Jazz is amazing.
jazz is freaking awesome. I mean, depending on what style it is and things like that. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of jazz, so that's what I've been listening to lately.
But if you're gonna listen to jazz, you gotta listen to Miles Davis, bro.
Oh, of course, come on, man, he's like the king of
You gotta
jazz,
listen to Miles Davis
the king of jazz right there, chat.
and Harry Connick Jr.'s instrumental albums.
Okay.
He does this New Orleans style jazz blues thing that's just fucking amazing. And you really get to hear how he's a music prodigy. The man's a fucking musical genius.
Oh yeah, send it to me. Send me some suggestions. I'm definitely down for some ideas of stuff to listen to for sure. All right, Lex. So we are recording this episode on the first day of November, which is pretty much Thanksgiving season now. I'm just curious, what are some of your?
Yeah, don't tell that to stores because they're fucking playing Christmas music.
I know people been playing Christmas music. Stores probably been playing Christmas music since like the beginning of October, basically. Yeah. What is your favorite Thanksgiving / holiday cooking? Well, meals basically. And what are some of your favorite traditions during Thanksgiving or the holidays?
I'm not into Thanksgiving, dude. Like, you have to understand. Like,
Really? Wow.
Bro, remember, I wear a shirt on Thanksgiving. This is no thanks, no giving. I post things on Instagram that shows a family eating Thanksgiving on top, and underneath you see all the skeletons of Native Americans.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's like celebrating the first day of an invasion. So I don't really do Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But when I did, it really, like, as a Latinos, bro, like, we don't call it Thanksgiving. We call it Dia del Pavo. We call it Turkey Day. Okay. And you either cook a turkey or you cook a pernil, a ham, pork butt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, your mashed potatoes, you have your plátanos, you have your tortillas, you have your beans, or we call frijoles colado, which is, I don't know why Americans call it refried beans because it wasn't fried in the first place.
Yeah, I was always worried about. I was always curious about that. Why was that? Like, why would you do it twice? Like,
I've never understood why it was called refried beans. There's got to be some history to it.
There's got to be something to it.
Yeah. So like Thanksgiving isn't a thing for me.
I feel you.
But if someone invites me for Thanksgiving, I always have one question: will there be cornbread? Because if there's cornbread, I'm willing to go.
You gotta. That's for me. The two things I need to have on Thanksgiving Day: is cornbread and mac and cheese. You gotta have it. If you don't have that, it's not Thanksgiving.
Okay, but are you a baked mac and cheese person with the breadcrumbs on top?
What? That's the only way.
But I'm not that I don't like that, but that's not my favorite type of mac and cheese.
Really? I mean, I don't need the breadcrumbs all the time, but baked is my preferred way to have it for sure. Breadcrumbs is cool once in a while, depending on who makes it and how they do it. But yeah, that's pretty much my go-to. Cornbread and mac and cheese, gotta have it. Los, do you have any random facts? We're gonna jump into our random facts section real quick.
Yes. Hold on. Dogs, stop. Okay. First movie ever to put out a motion picture soundtrack was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Wow. That movie did come out in like the 70s, didn't it? I think, or the 60s?
70s, 40s, bro. Wait, hold on.
Oh,
40s,
really?
40s or older. Maybe it came out in the 30s.
I keep forgetting like how old some of these Disney films are. I watched
1937.
Wow, It came out in 19. Holy sheesh.
1937.
That's a pretty impressive cartoon from 1937, man. Holy crap.
Well, you know what they did with certain parts of that?
What?
They had an actor act out the scene, and then they traced it frame by frame.
Wow. I did not know that.
Hmm.
That's why I was
They
like,
also did that
man.
with Alice in Wonderland.
That's why when I see that cartoon and like I watched something on Disney Plus, I forgot what it was, and then like I saw the year it came out, I was like, holy crap, this film, like this cartoon is that old. Like they did some stuff that was not being done during that time. That's
Yeah,
amazing. That is freaking amazing. All right, so my random fact is in Japan there is 23 vending machines to each person. The
I
ratio
believe that.
the ratio is the same per capita. Per capita? Never seen that word before. Per capita.
It's per
Japan.
population.
Okay. Japan has the highest amount of vending machines in the world. That
Yes.
is insane. And you know, Japan has like one of the highest populations in the world. So to have 23 vending machines per person, wow.
Um, I have watched videos of Americans who travel to Japan because at one point I wanted to go to visit Japan. So I
I
was just
still
kind
do.
of watching these videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are restaurants where there's a vending machine outside the restaurant, and you pay the vending machine, you get a ticket, and from that ticket you get your order. So then you go
Wow.
into the restaurant with your ticket and they make your order.
Wow.
You get eggs, milk, lunch, groceries, fresh vegetables, all from
Yeah.
vending machines.
That's insane. That's Japan is one place I to this day still want to visit. I've never been in before. That is my bucket list. I definitely want to go. I was hoping to go within like the next like 2 years, but with the way COVID has been going on, I don't freaking know when the hell that's gonna happen.
I got another one for you.
Okay.
Random fact. Fruit stickers are edible. Although with any fruit you have to wash prior to eating, and the glue is regulated by the FDA, so it is edible and digestible. You know the little stickers you get on bananas and stuff, or you
Oh
get on
yeah,
your
yeah,
apple?
yeah.
They're digestible. You can eat them. They're edible.
I guess that's why I'm still alive after eating fruit stickers on my apples, chat.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was like, "Wait, fruit stickers? What are you talking about? Like, is it stickers made out of fruit?" And I had to think about like, "Oh, stickers on the fruit."
Yeah. Like I didn't understand that first, but I read the whole fact, and I was like, "Oh, the little stickers you put on the fruit."
Oh man. All right, let's get ready to jump into our show topics, chat. I want to start off by saying let's give some let's pour out one, whatever it is that you do. Let's give a moment of silence for our homeboy Sean Connery. He passed away recently. He was
Sean
90.
Connery.
Sean Connery. That guy has an amazing voice, man. Love that voice.
Yeah,
If I
very
was
Scottish.
if I was a woman, I would give him just for his voice. Um he
Bro,
passed
I
away.
know plenty of people who say that.
He passed away at 90. He actually died in his sleep in the Bahamas. Like that is one of the best ways to go out, man. Honestly, in your sleep while you're
Uh,
on vacation.
yeah, he also has family in the Bahamas
Oh yeah, awesome.
from his father's side. I was reading about it today on the BBC website.
Oh nice, nice. Um, what are some of your favorite Sean Connery films,
Um,
if you have any?
the first role he stuck in my mind with when he played Ramirez in Highlander.
Ramirez and Highlander.
You ever heard the movie? You ever seen the movie Highlander? There can be only one.
Oh wait, he was in that. Holy crap!
Yeah, he was the one who trained Connor McLeod.
I don't know if I ever like. I mean, I've seen Highlander a few times. But I don't think I've ever like actually sat down and like watched those films, man. I don't think I did.
Highlander back then was an easy watch. Now it's a little slow paced, and you have to kind of like pick your moments.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the first role I remember him in.
Okay.
Then there's all the films he did in the 90s, like The Rock and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he do? The Untouchables, you know? It's the Chicago way.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, The Untouchable. That was such a freaking good film, man.
I
Such a good
thought he
film.
did a great job in The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It was a shitty film, but he did a good performance.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He carried that role very well, honestly.
yes, I hated him in First Night. I thought he did a very bad King Arthur.
The first night wasn't really that great. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
honestly.
I like when he did the voice for Drago the Dragon and Dragonheart.
Yes, that was actually a pretty good film. Like it was like
One
it was a good bad film.
Yeah. One of my favorite roles of him was as the captain for the Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes.
I've seen part of that film. I never like actually sat down and like went through it, but
Yeah.
I
My
watched part of it.
favorite Sean Connery line is from Finding Forrester, where he's like, "You're the man now, dog." favorite
Oh
line
man,
from Sean Connery.
I think I like pretty much all his films. Like I mean, well, not all of them, but I think he's done a good job in pretty much all his films. One of my favorite ones is when he was in Indiana Jones. I know you hate Indiana Jones. Well, not hate it, but
No, no, no. I like Indiana Jones. It's just not an action movie. It's an adventure movie.
who's even talking about that right now?
I'm just in case people who follow the podcast will remember that that was my argument.
Lowe's has to always point out the fact that Indiana Jones is not an action movie. It is an adventure film, which it is, but it's an extension of an action film.
Yeah.
But anyways, I loved him in Indiana Jones. That's one of my favorite adventure movies like ever, basically. And the role he played as Indy's dad was pretty cool, basically. Yeah,
Trivia for you. Although he played Harrison Ford's father, they're only 5 years apart.
Wow.
Sean
Really?
Connery is only 5 years older than Harrison Ford.
In those films, he looked like that it didn't look like that in those films. That's crazy. Harrison Ford just looks good for his age, I guess, honestly.
Well, you also have to too. Sean Connery's bald. He has the full gray beard.
Yeah.
And he played the role less physical than he normally would.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
All that helps.
Sean Connery will be missed, man. All right, our next topic here that we're jumping on is Netflix once again is raising their prices, which is, I guess you can say, kind of expected, but I didn't think they would have done it now. I thought we would have maybe
by
had
how
more
much?
time.
Do you know?
All right, so let me look at this right now. So right now the HD plan ranges from $12.99 to $13.99. $13.99 is 4K. That's the current price. They're going to raise that from the basic HD is going to be $16, and the 4K premium is going to be $18. It's a lot of money, man, for some Netflix. Do you think it's warranted? Right now, do you think it's warranted?
No, I don't think it's warranted. But I do kind of think for Netflix to survive, it is necessary. But it might lead people to wear an eye patch and pirate.
Yeah. I like how you say wear an eye patch. Yeah, it sucks, man. It really sucks. But I mean, I don't think that right now is the perfect time to do that, especially with a lot of what's going on in the world right now, with people being out of jobs, et cetera, et cetera. To raise the prices now is a little weird. I guess it is warranted because of the fact that now Netflix is getting into more of their exclusive shows. Like Netflix is even making more exclusive movies now. Like I noticed lately.
Yeah.
They're like coming out left and right, basically, and I'm guessing maybe because of that, that's why they have to do it. That is pretty. I mean, if you're not a 4K user, I guess you don't really have to worry about that. But at the same time, $16 a month just for like basic HD is pretty steep. I'm not really a fan of a lot of their exclusive films. Some of them are okay, some of them are not that great. So I personally don't think it's worth it in regards to that. Now, as far as their shows are good. I mean, like I said, we were just talking about Evil just a few minutes ago. That's a great show. But if you're a 4K person, man, that's steep. It's basically almost $20 a month, basically.
Yeah, it is. Let's just round it up.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'll go ahead.
How many people do you know pay for 4K Netflix? I didn't even know there was a 4K Netflix.
Yeah, it's a 4K option. I mean, me personally, once I started watching 4K Netflix, it was hard to go back to 1080 Netflix. It was. I mean, it wasn't like hard to the point it was like, man, this looks horrible. But it's like your eyes get so used to a certain quality because the Netflix quality of 4K is really good because it's 4K HDR. And if you have a 4K TV, it looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, but
And
9 out of 10 times people are watching Netflix on this.
yeah, true. Yeah, true. I mean, if you're a mobile user, if you use Netflix mainly on your laptops and your phone and stuff like that, then maybe it's not really, it doesn't matter to actually have to upgrade. But if you watch it on your TV a lot, which I do, um, I tend to like to have the 4K. But then again, a lot of stuff on there still don't, so like the 4K, it doesn't come out as much. Like if you're watching Evil in 4K, it's not going to look like amazing. But if you're watching something like a comic book movie or a comic book show on there, then yeah, it might look freaking beautiful, you know? So
The other thing about Netflix doing that is a lot of people don't pay for Netflix.
yeah,
Like, how many people do you know? It's like, oh yeah, I got my cousin's password, I got my brother's password. You know,
yeah. You know what?
in college, people split the cost of Netflix between 4 people.
Yeah. I mean, and I think they know that. That's why they allow you to have multiple screens. Like they have the option to say, well, if you want to have multiple screens at one time on, you got to pay more money. So my question is like, I'm wondering how that price is going to go up because I think you have to pay more no matter what plan you pick if you want to have multiple screens. So now, if you're a 4K user and like that $18 might just be for one screen, but if you want more screens, you probably got to be paying like 20 something dollars a month to have multiple people use it. Because if you're a person like, let's say if me and you are using it and you watch it a lot and I watch it a lot, you're going to almost be forced to buy the multiple screen plan because we're not going to be able to watch it at the same time, you know. So I think that's also one of the reasons why they upped it, because like you said, maybe a lot more people, they're home now and a lot more people don't pay for it, you know, for Netflix. So that's
The
another
thing
way.
is too, I just kind of think is Netflix has to realize there's so much more competition, you know, and look at what Disney offered. Disney got Disney Plus
Yeah.
gives you Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
They got Star Wars. They've got Marvel. They've got National Geographic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people might say, well, you know, Netflix really isn't worth it to me. I'd rather just pay for Disney Plus because I get all this extra, you know?
True. I mean, I can
And
see that.
Hulu with no commercials is still $12.
Yeah. And I think it's HDR. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for a 4K Hulu. It's automatically HDR, and I think it's
And
automatically
same thing with
4K.
Amazon.
Yep. And same thing for Disney Plus. It's automatically 4K HDR. So I do think Netflix needs something. I think they need more than just exclusive shows and exclusive movies. They need something. Give me some behind the scenes stuff. I don't think any streaming service is really doing that right now. I don't think so. Give me
Disney
some.
kind of with The
Yeah.
Mandalorian. They had
Yeah.
like a 9 part documentary for behind the scenes.
Yeah. I think people will like that. I don't think these streaming companies are taking that serious. They probably think people don't want it. But you'd be surprised at how many people would actually want to see that, especially if it's like one of their favorite shows. Hell yeah, they're going to want to watch that. They're going to want to see more because if they binge it, they're going to want to see more about that show. You
I
know,
want to see director's comments. That's what I want to see.
I
I
would
want to watch a
love
movie
that.
with
Yeah,
director's comments.
I would love to see that. I mean, hell, we're getting to an age where DVDs are becoming obsolete. Put that part in the digital aspect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Why not give it? Why not make it an option? You know. But actually, no, I lied. I think Netflix does have something like that with Stranger Things. After you watch the entire season, they have like other episodes where it's like an interview with the cast. So they have something like that. It's just not a full like behind the scenes of the show or anything, but they do have like interviews with the cast and stuff like that about certain episodes and things. So they kind of have it.
Netflix was Netflix did that, done like 2 or 3 movies that are kind of like choose your own adventure.
Yes, Minecraft is one of those. It's like an interactive show that you can watch, and with your remote control, you can pick what you want the character to do next, what you want them to say. So it's little things like that. I mean, they have little things. They just need to like expand on those things, like do more of that. Don't just have like one or two or three of these little interactive things here and there, these little commentary things here and there. Do more of that to make this
See,
$20 a month price worth it for 4K people, or $16 a month price worth it.
the thing is too, we're also not looking at their international stuff because a good example is Star Trek Picard,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek Discovery, and I believe Lower Decks are on Netflix internationally.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
yeah, so if you have one of those VPN services and you're like, oh, I want to watch Star Trek 4K Netflix, you just change your country in your VPN, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden you're looking at it from Netflix.
Oh,
4K.
hmm,
So I think a lot of that has to do with the stuff they're doing overseas as opposed to what's happening in the States.
probably, probably. I mean, we
Yeah.
also you also still have the option of standard Netflix. That's still $9 a month. That one didn't change. So if you're watching it standard, which I don't think they should even touch that, because if you would have took standard up, that would have been a little weird. But
I
yes,
don't even know which one I have, to tell you the truth.
how much do you pay? Do you know?
It's one of those bills that I just automatically paid every month and I don't think about it.
It's like, I don't know. It's just freaking there. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I don't even look at my Netflix account. It just comes out. I think I have the basic HD, but and I was thinking about upgrading to the 4K, but I'm like, man, I don't want to pay freaking. I
$20 a month.
mean, I watch Netflix, but I feel like I watch Hulu way more than Netflix. You know, so it's not worth it. All right, let's jump into our next topic here. This is a really random topic, but interesting. There is a metallic asteroid that is between Mars and Jupiter that is worth 10,000 quadrillion dollars. Yeah,
But the thing is, that asteroid is worth more money than there is on Earth.
hell yeah. Like,
You
that's
know,
just. I don't think I've
I
ever
think they
seen.
said I think this is something like 10 times over all the money that's on Earth.
That is
Um,
insane, dude.
but what are you going to do with all that?
Well, they
If
do. They stated in this article, which I got from IGN. They said that in 2022 they plan on sending. I forgot what exactly they're sending out there, but they want to try to send something out there to actually study it more. You can better believe that they're going to try to find a way to extract some of that from that planet.
there is a ton of things that we need and we could use,
Yeah.
and let's say diamonds. Let's say there's diamonds there, right?
Okay.
Um, Wonderful resources. We can mine with it. We can do cut with it. We can do lasers with it. All this important stuff. But now De Beers would lose all their money because of their stranglehold and monopoly on diamonds.
Wow. Yeah. I thought that's interesting. Yeah, they're
I
gonna.
think that will be more like in 100 years or 200 years when we actually have real spaceships. Then I think that becomes important. But right
Oh, so
now, it's just a
you don't think it's
curiosity.
important now? Yeah.
No, it's a we can't mine it, but we can't get to the moon anymore. We can't get to Mars.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, how would you mine that? Like that would take, man. That's really interesting. I mean, they're going to send an unmanned spacecraft in 2022, so it's pretty much probably just to take pictures, see what's going on, survey the planet a little bit, and see if they decide, which I know they will decide to actually go there. Like, how would they go about mining that? But like you said, yeah, that would take a long time to figure that out. Honestly,
Yeah. And
that's
again, if you watch The Expanse, you'll be like, oh, okay, the Belta Lotus are going to go there. You have to watch the show to understand it.
that's just a lot of freaking money. I don't think I've ever seen that number before. Ever, never seen that number. So that's
I have
insane.
once on my bank account, but it was a negative sign in front of it.
Damn, Los. All right, what else are we jumping into here? All right, so this next topic is a little interesting. I really want to pick your brain on this one. All right, so we talked about a few months ago about how Ray Fisher, who plays Cyborg on Justice League, claimed that Josh Whedon, who is the director of Justice League, um, was supposedly, I guess, what is the proper term that we want to use here? Um, he was acting he was acting a little sexist towards the women, and he was kind of acting a little racially biased towards Ray Fisher, who is obviously black, basically. And he was
Cyborg, for people who aren't know
Cyborg,
exactly what we're talking about.
Cyborg from Justice League. He recently, according to this IGN article, recently came out and said that he elaborated on it more and said that Joss Whedon digitally changed the tone of his skin in the film because let me see. What was the reason why he changed it? I don't remember if I see the reason why, but apparently he changed the tone of his skin because it didn't mesh well with the film or something like that. I mean, do you believe that something like that would happen? Why would a
Okay,
director want to do that?
from a story point of view, I can see why he'd want to do that.
Okay.
As a cyborg, you may not be as normal flesh tone as possible. You're part zombie. The robotics aren't feeding you the proper nutrients. Maybe
Mm,
you add a metallic tone to a person.
yeah.
In the story point of view, I can see a reason why to do it. Understand?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Um,
see that too. I can see that
but
too.
from a just he's too dark, no, I can't. But Josh Whedon, as far as I know of, has no history of sexism or racism in his stories. Um, but we and you and I have both commented how Cyborg is barely in Justice League.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually said that on social media too, how they felt like, man, like, I mean, I personally wanted to see more Cyborg, like, because I just thought he was an interesting character, and what we got in the film just wasn't enough. But then again, a lot of the
And his
scenes in the
portrayal of the character was really like good.
yeah, yeah, because I wanted more. I wanted to see more of that character, you know, and for the fact that we barely got anything was the kind of sucked. But looking at the picture here that we have live on stream right now, I mean, I don't see much difference in the skin tone. Maybe a hint, but I don't think it's really much difference, honestly.
Um, I think that he has a redder tone to his skin in the poster, but again, that could also be the lighting from all his cybernetic parts, or they want to kind of give it to him
Yeah,
because of the story.
yeah,
Um, but he's kind of hot yellow.
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? He's a light skinned brother. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
I don't really see why they would want to change his tone. You know,
Yeah,
I could understand if, oh, we can't, if he's so dark you can't see the details of his face. All right, that is understandable. That's acceptable to me.
yeah,
You know, you want your audience to see the actor,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, the cinematographer, director of photography should
yeah.
have thought about it and lit him a little better, you know,
Exactly. Like
so
that's
you
what you
can
have
see him.
lighting for. That's what you have lighting. I mean, a lot of the film, as far as I can remember, because I haven't seen it in a while, I think I remember a lot of the film just being really poorly, not poorly lit, but it was really dark. It was a really dark film in a lot of segments. So maybe that's why. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, from a creative standpoint, yeah, sometimes people do stuff like that. I mean, lighting, coloring is part of the film process, and sometimes you got to change things a little bit. I mean, I don't know Josh Whedon. Obviously, I've never worked with him before, so I can't say nah. He wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm hoping that Ray Fisher, aka Cyborg, if he is making these accusations, I'm hoping it's from something that means something and not him just being overly dramatic. You know what I mean? So
Here's the thing. You've never heard of Ray Fisher speaking out against anything. He's not a crybaby.
yeah,
So I believe there's something behind it, but I don't know what's behind it. And
yeah,
again, I feel like if they're trying to make Ray look unnaturally robotic or metallic for the story, I can comprehend that. And I can say, okay, from a story point of view, I can understand why you're doing that.
yeah,
But any other reason, I don't know, dude. And like, again, Josh Whedon doesn't have a history of this,
yeah.
you
True.
know? All right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay. I'm gonna use you specifically.
Okay.
Okay. You're playing Cyborg, and he tells you specifically, I'm gonna use a lighter foundation on you because it's easier for us to light.
I would feel some
Would
kind
you
of
have would
yeah.
you have a problem with it?
I would have
Okay.
I would have a problem with that. I would have a problem with that because
Now,
it's like okay,
what if he turns around and he tells you, but in color correction, you're gonna be the proper skin tone? Would you have a problem with it?
no, because it's like what you're doing is helping the creative process. And I guess if you're saying because my thing is this, if my color is what it is, let it be what it is. Like this is me. Like don't change me. But if you're saying, listen, we're doing this for shoot purposes because we want to help this or help that, but in post, you're going to be your regular color. Then I'm like, all right, fine, but don't change me. Now, unless unless like if you're telling me I'm playing a character who in the comic book is a shade, two shades lighter than me, and I got the role, then I know what I'm getting into because I'm playing that character from the comic book. You know, but if I'm pretty much basically almost the same complexion as the character in the comic book, then just let it be. You know what I mean? Because it's almost as if like you're saying I can't accept you for being you, so I'm gonna change you. You know, unless
Okay.
unless it's part of that creative process, then no, I can't accept that because like why did you cast me? You know,
All
why did
right,
you cast
I
him?
have a question. Now I'm playing another devil's advocate role for you. Um,
This is a really
oh
good
God,
question, by the way. Really good question.
what's his name? Who played Iron Man?
I'm about to say Tony Stark.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say the same thing too.
Robert Downey
Robert
Jr.
Downey Jr. Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr. In that Thunder movie where he plays a black man.
Oh, what?
Okay, were
Uh,
you personally insulted by that?
Me personally, I haven't seen the film, so I
Tropic Thunder.
yeah, Tropic Thunder. What I got from that film is that obviously it was supposed to be a spoof. Uh, I was indifferent only because I didn't see the film. I was indifferent because it depends on how they went about it. Like, did you see the film?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole film. I
Now,
will say his performance was good. And at moments, if when you're so caught up in the story, you forget that it's makeup. You know,
yeah,
you feel like he's a mixed character,
yeah.
but then, you're constantly reminded that he's in that according to the movie, he went through a procedure to get his skin dark.
So is he all right? So break it down to me. Is his character? I know his character is an actor. So is he trying to get a role as a black person, but he's not black?
No,
So he,
no,
okay,
he got the role, and he in the movie
okay.
he got the role, and he thought that the character should be black, so he turned himself black.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that actually.
Right.
I thought he got the role of a black person and he wanted to, be black or whatever. Um, I can't really be too angry at it because look at white chicks.
Okay.
Can you really if you're a person who's white, can you like would you be mad at that? I mean, because we did it, so in a way we kind of can't be mad that Robert Downey Jr. did it, basically.
David
So
Chappelle did it.
exactly. So I think by today's standards, I don't want to say it's normal, but it's kind of a thing that happens in film, especially in comedic films. Especially, it happens like almost all the time. How many times do you see a comedian or a comedy movie or a comedy TV show where somebody of one race is acting like somebody of another race or making jokes about being another race? Like it's almost normal at this point. Now, I don't know how it would be ignorant, but if that person, let's say Robert Downey Jr., if he was doing it in an ignorant way, people would take offense. But I don't know in what kind of way would he do it that would be ignorant. I didn't see it as ignorant because it was part of a storyline. You want to leave the people with the business, Los, before we get out of here?
Yes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you get a chance to rate us, please rate us 5 stars. The more stars we have, the better chance we have of getting out to a bigger audience and possibly getting some sponsors. And if we get sponsors, you get gifts. So think about it. It's a win-win situation. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Hold on. I always forget the address, but I have it in front of me. YouTube.com/the JHouze. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget to promote our Twitch. If you guys like us, send a link out to a friend. They might enjoy it. You never know.
All right, chat. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna see you guys next week. We are going to be doing top 10 rom-com films. That is gonna be one interesting episode because
Top 10 rom-com films for men. In other words, one that men can watch.
exactly. I'm a little softy when it comes to that. All right, guys, we're out of here. Peace out. Have a great night. Wear your mask.
Later.